What's going on, guys? Rob with 3STRONG here. I'm going to talk about the lats today. What's up, Rob with 3STRONG? I'm continuing the conversation talking about the major muscles of the back. And today is going to be the lats. These are those wings. This is that wide back. Well, if you do have a wide back, those are those muscles that are being developed. But ladies, have no fear. You will not develop a wide back if you do all the pull-ups. Fellas, you can do it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick up the genders. But anyway, you can get these muscles strong without getting them wide. What's going on, guys? Rob with 3STRONG. I'm continuing the conversation talking about the muscles of the back side of our body and picking up with the lats. These are those muscles that actually look like wings. Exercise gives you wings. So these little wing muscles here in the back, notice where they attach into. They attach into the arm, actually the upper arm here, and then they fan out to kind of the middle to lower back. So these muscles are the pulling muscles. They pull my arm, or they pull your arm closer to your body. Anytime you're doing a row, a pull-up, a pull-down, a straight arm pull-down, anytime those arms, whether it's in this position, or everywhere in between, when those arms are being pulled towards your body, these muscles, you can kind of see that just using the angle here, the line of those muscles, it pulls the arm in towards the body, right? Pretty basic. Well, how do we work these muscles the most, to the greatest extent? Well, like I said, you know, we can do it with rows, bent over rows, seated rows, pull-ups, pull-downs, things like that. I'm going to give you a couple of tips on really how to get the most out of these muscles and how to strengthen them through the greatest range of motion. If we think about doing a row, some sort of bent over row or seated row, our body is pretty much at a 90-degree angle to our body. It's perpendicular to our body. And we pull back, and maybe we go past the line of our body. So this is 90 degrees here to get to level, and maybe we go an extra 10 to 20 degrees. So let's just say 110 degrees or 100 degrees of range of motion here. Well, what if I do a pull-up or a lat pull-down? Now I'm hanging from a bar and I'm pulling myself up. This is almost 180 degrees of range right there. Now we've really gotten a huge stretch in these muscles, and then as we pull down, we go through that full range of motion. To really develop those strong lat muscles, doing some sort of overhead pull is huge. It should be the primary movement that we focus on in terms of developing those muscles. Another thing is if I do a wide grip. Some people try a wide grip pull down and say, hey, you need a wide grip to get a wide back. Well, look at what happens to the range of motion the wider my hands go. Just focus on my elbows and the angle of my arms in relationship to my body. If I grab that bar, if I grab that pull-up bar, my arms, are they vertical? No, but they're pretty dang close. And if I do a pull-up all the way down here, this is almost 180 degrees of range right here. The wider and wider I go, notice where my starting point is. I've already shortened my range of motion. Plus, if I pull up, I can't, unless I bend that bar, I can't get my arms any lower. So I have shortened the range on the top end and on the low end. That's not necessarily going to develop a wide back because we aren't working the muscle through that greatest range of motion possible. When you're doing your pull downs, I know it's harder, but this range will really help you develop that strong back. And if you really want to develop your pull-ups, going with a wide grip isn't necessarily going to help you. Train that slightly narrow grip. If you do want to add in some variety, by all means, change the width of your grip. But I find that having something that's about shoulder width is really the best way to go. Does that mean that we shouldn't do rows because rows don't work the back through a great range of motion? No, because now we've started to work more of the posterior deltoids and the traps along with that motion, because now we're really getting the shoulder blades and the traps in a strong position to pull. And so having both of those, some sort of vertical pull and some sort of horizontal pull, are really going to help develop the lats and the traps to the greatest extent. All right, guys? See you tomorrow.